In our lifetimes, since the Federal Reserve's been created in 1913, the value of a dollar has gone to a nickel. And it looks like in our lifetimes, we're going to get to see that nickel go to a penny.
This is why there's so much frustration in America right now. The average guy on the street has a lot of common sense. He sees those stock prices going up. He knows it's a rigged game. He sees what's going on. It's the lobbyists own the congressmen and the senators, and they've got an inside game, and he's not part of that game. I have one question for every member of Congress.
Please.
Are you going to take the public option? Are you going to have the same health care you're going to make the rest of us have? Oh, no, you've exempted yourself from it. Well, what does it tell you?
Yeah.
Inside game, and you're not at that table.
Yeah, again, it's a good thing, honestly, that we have the ability to actually have information come into public, so we will get a better understanding.
Because guess what? The American voter, he really actually has a lot of common sense. And when he's told, trust me, he doesn't trust you. And when he's told it's too complicated, you don't understand, he smells something really rotten.
Yep, and it's kind of stinky in here.
You bet.
All right. Joining us from Davie, Florida, Congressman Debbie Wasserman Shultz. And Congressman, welcome back to the program. Are the Democrats at this point terrified to not get something? In other words, is there a pressure before you go home for recess to know that you're going to be able to go home and talk about passing some form of health care?
I think we are going to be able to not only talk about what we've done in the area of health care reform during the recess, but we'll be doing that into January and send a bill to the President's desk before the State of the Union, Dylan. I mean, I have to tell you, if you had told me in January, on the day that I was sworn in to the 111th Congress, that I would have an opportunity to send a bill to the President's desk that would ensure that insurance companies can't drop my constituents for a pre-existing condition or get rid of them and deny them coverage based on their previous health care. If you had told me that they were going to have lifetime and annual caps, if you were going to tell me that I could cover young adults until they're 26 years old, get rid of gender discrimination and make sure that insurance companies couldn't set their premiums based on gender and stop discriminating against women, and the list goes on, close the prescription drug donut hole, I can tell you, and I have more reforms I can list, but I know I don't have time, I can tell you that I would have said, I'm going to jump at that chance, and we will jump at that chance.
So here's a couple of the issues that come up I would love to get your response to, and I want to show you this, and you can explain it to me. As you know, in addition to everything you just described, this does very little to bring real competition and choice into the insurance marketplace. It does very little to reform the insurance monopolies. It does very little to create more choices for everybody in America for their health care, but at the same time, it mandates that everybody in America face penalties if they don't buy health care. So the result of that has been the following. You know the monopoly scenario. I want you to take a look at the insurance stocks in this country on news that a bill may be passed that mandates the creation of millions of new customers but does not reform the monopoly structure. Take a look at the insurance stocks since November 17th. WellPoint up 13%. That's over a course of a few weeks. United Health up 10%. Aetna up 12%. Humana up 6%. Those health insurance companies are up because being an unreformed oligopoly monopoly and having now the benefit of a government that is assigning the expense of covering the uninsured to the taxpayer without reforming the monopoly, it basically allows the taxpayer to take the hit to pay for the uninsured, but does not deal with the underlying symptom as to why there are so many uninsured, which is we have an unreformed private insurance monopoly in this country that is now being guaranteed more customers by the government. Why is that a good thing for America?
Dylan, when this bill passes and becomes law, life in America for insurance companies is going to be very different than it is today.
Apparently so. Apparently it's worth, again, another 10% in their... I mean, I think the best...
Dylan.
What do you mean, come on? What do you mean, come on, Dylan? Are you telling me Wall Street's so stupid that they bid up the insurance stocks 10 to 15% because they're morons? Why are the stocks up?
I'd love an opportunity... Okay. I'd love an opportunity to answer your question.
Go nuts.
Because we are going to shift the insurance company-focused healthcare reform system to a consumer-focused system. Yes, I would have loved to see a public option.
Hold on. How is it a consumer-focused system for you to mandate by law that people buy health insurance without giving them more choices? How is that?
Dylan,
that is business-driven. If I can pass a law to force everybody to watch my TV show, and not let them change and have the government make it so you can't change the channel? How is that? That's what we're doing with health insurance.
There's not much point in having me on if you're not going to let me respond. I would really be glad to tell you if you would let me speak.
I'm all ears if you actually answer my question.
Thank you. I'd be glad to.
Why are the insurance company stocks up? That's my question.
I am not a stock analyst, Dylan. What I am is a member of Congress.
I am a stock analyst. Let me give you a brief education. Let me give you a brief education.
No,
stock prices
Dylan, let
go
me
up.
answer your question.
I have a very specific question. Why are those stocks up? And I'll tell you why those stocks are up. Because stocks go up when companies are perceived to be able to make more money in the future.
You could be your own guest. Okay, Dylan. This is the most significant reform of the healthcare system in history. We are shifting the insurance companies, the focus on insurance companies.
You're not answering my question. You're not answering my question. I don't have the time for it. I don't have the time for you to come do talking points because it makes you feel good. If you want to come on the show and talk to answer my questions, I'd love to have you come on. If you want to come on and do Democratic or Republican talking points, you should go on a show where you do Democrat and Republican talking points. Thank you so much.
If you want to have someone analyze stocks, bring someone from Wall Street.
No, I don't want to analyze stocks, but I hate to tell you that the stock market reflects reality. And when the health insurance companies explode higher by 10% on a piece of legislative news, it's because you and the politicians in this country have created legislation that is guaranteeing they make more money. And the problem with this country is that our politicians do not understand that they make laws that create total imbalances. This is a waste of time. Wendell Potter on the phone. Senior Debbie, thank you so much.